and welcome to our latest episode of our talk show. And in today's talk show, we have our guest Apoorva Tripathi. Yes, Apoorva, please introduce yourself.
Hello, sir. This is Apoorva Tripathi. I'm from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. I'm currently pursuing my BCom only. I'm in my third year, and it's from Savitribai Phule Pune University. I'll be graduating this year only, and I have like around 3.5 months of experience in HR internship from Ananta Resource Management, and where like my experience was as a recruiter, and I worked on various profiles there, from accounts to sales, like everything. And yeah, that would be it about me. And I'm also in the process of pursuing my masters, and yeah, that would be it.
Great. Okay, great. So let's talk about the your experience and exposure over here, Apoorva. So far, as you told that it has been your 3 months you have invested in this internship. So in this whole 3 months, what challenges did you face? How you overcome those challenges? How you started your journey as an intern over here? Your experience the first month, how difficult it was to we understand the process, to understand the internship, to get out the result. Let's that detail about each and every segment of over here.
So my experience was very fruitful because I was a fresher, and from I think from everything from A to Z, what I have experienced now, it is because of Ananta, and the staff is also really good. My team lead, who was Sudiksha ma'am, she was very helpful. And when like I started my journey, I was like just passing my resume, passing resumes. So it was a very easy, like when we moved to the actual recruiting part, it was quite crucial, but it was like a cakewalk, just because like the team members were also very helpful. If there is any issue, we can go to our seniors, talk to them, and they are like surely going to help us out. So I didn't face any kind of difficulties, I guess. So my journey was very good here.
Okay, that's great, Apoorva. It's good to hear that your journey was fruitful over here. So let's talk about the exposure you got over here, Apoorva. What kind of tools you used and what kind of knowledge you got with respect to being an HR and domain-related knowledge. So if I can have a brief about that.
So basically, I didn't knew like there was a recruitment part in HR. Okay, so that was something that I learned here. Time management was something that I needed to work from a very long time. And here, like we had Clockify, planners, and to-do list, and we were constantly taught how to use that. Like there were several webinars on that. There were like several seminars that were happening here. So that also helped me how to use those tools and complete my task on time. Recruitment, like from everything, like sourcing the resumes, like certain profiles are a bit crucial, and my seniors were always there to help me to source those resumes, and how to like perfectly call a candidate. Demo calling sessions were always conducted, urvin sessions were conducted. From urvin, I'd say that I also got an exposure to work on a ATS software, which is very good to track a applicant. We were using Microsoft tools like Teams app also for meetings and everything. So technical exposure also was also there. So I think like these all things like really are very important when you are working, and as like in just it's in just internship experience, if you get so much, like that's a very great thing, I would say.
Oh, great. That's great. That's really great to hear, Apoorva. So, Apoorva, what is your take on to the workshops which were conducted by the organizations? The Excel workshops, the goal setting one, and the interpersonal skills development workshops. What is your take? How helpful that were for you?
Sir, I'd say like I have attended all the three workshops, and Excel workshop was really nice. Like from basics to like intermediate level of workshops we were like attending. So it was
Mhm.
also add-on skills, interpersonal skills, like presentation and everything. I had never given any presentation in college because mine was a distance BCom. Here I got an opportunity to give presentation, so it was a very big challenge for me how I'll do it. But everybody was very cooperative. Like we were divided in teams, and everybody were like very helpful, and they were like very supporting. So I didn't like face much trouble in that, and I was able to give my presentation, in a very nice way. I was never scared ki like what will that person think. So that was also a very good skill add on that I was exposed to. And also the goal setting workshop, I really follow those rules still. I have like like what like the goal setting workshop was taken by sir, so I was like able to understand what he was saying. And also like it helped me a lot in my career goals also. I was able to be clear about what exactly I want. So all the things did work wonders, I'd say that, especially the goal setting workshop.
That's good, Apoorva. So somehow these presentations part really help you because you had a distance education. So you would have got a very less chance to interact with people around at your same age and give
Yeah.
presentations. That's really nice to hear. So, Apoorva, how strongly you recommend this internship? So, in the sense, like people, those who are looking for, knowledge with respect to this domain, they are at your same age, or either they are starting their career right now into this domain. So, how strongly you recommend this internship? What are the pros and cons according to you of this internship? And based on to that, how will you recommend this internship to anyone else?
See, I will recommend it to someone who is not also from HR domain, because something you learn like interpersonal skills, as you were talking about, it's very important in today's world that you get to learn from this internship. So I'll suggest everyone to like at least give this internship a strong 2 months try to begin with, and they can continue after that, because you learn so much. Just not the recruiting part, also like their your personality develops, and you also make friends whom you can interact with, who are going to be there. Pros and cons, I think I have seen more pros to this, because if you're a beginner and it's really hard to interact and connect with people here, like there is one more part, linkedin is a very crucial thing for a student to understand, because we were like so much exposed to social media, we completely ignored that part. But in recruitment, but in Ananta, we also got to use LinkedIn properly to source candidates and also network with potential employers. So
Mhm.
I'd say like they should give total focus to this. So these are all the pros. I think I haven't like seen any kind of cons, because many were facing some time issues because of college. That can be managed if they can like we use Clockify and planners, so they can like do something about the time thing. But rest are like good.
And what about the work environment over here? How was your co-workers and how smoothly this whole thing went for you? The work environment thing, whether it was pressurized situations. So I heard that sometimes being an HR, being an employee, if you want to achieve something, so everybody has to go through some sort of pressurized situation. So how handling that pressure was over here? How could you handle that pressure and you know that how the team leaders were handling it and because I believe that being a team leader, if the team leader doesn't handles the work pressure that correctly, so that whole pressure is used to divides on the team members itself. And being at a newbie in the industry, starting your career, being a beginner, and you come to towards such a pressure, most of the people quit. So what is your take onto that? That how was the pressure situations being handled by your seniors or by yourself or by your co-workers over here?
I think like everybody faces pressure. Like if you're in a school also, in a college also, there
Mhm.
is certain kind of pressure, all else like nobody is going to work, everybody is going to be like yeah, relaxed kind of thing. But here like the pressure was handled in a very different way. For example, like if we had a vacancy, if like there is some kind of difficulty we are facing, then sir is going to help us out, ma'am is going to come, our team leader is going to help us out. So there is like I don't think the pressure, we had that kind of pressure. Everybody was trying to work on a proper strategy which would help us to overcome that. If we are facing a problem in like certain kind of candidate or a vacancy, everybody is going to sit, we would brainstorm ideas, we would implement it, and we would see proper result on that. So that was also very helpful. So I didn't like saw that kind of pressure here, because
Mhm.
through teamwork we were solving them, everybody was there supporting us, so we didn't had that kind of pressure here. So I'd say, like, like, don't just come and see, oh my god, we are seeing so much work, and like run. Like, at least they handle that. It really helped. I was like, there was situation where there were some difficult times, but I, like, there was some kind of thing that helped us out of it, and also our teammates were very supportive. If a new intern is also there, they're also very cooperative here, and we
Mhm.
also try to help them out, because like I also like helped like my teammates to get acquainted with the process, so it is very smoothly handled here. That's the best thing about it.
So, when you say towards that, okay, there would be situations where you would be facing pressure. So, as it is very difficult to give 8 hours a day to the internship. So your structure was to give 8 hours a day daily. So, can you just describe that 8 hours of schedule a day? What you used to do on those 8 hours, and specifically for how much hours you used to work or do the recruitment part, and how much hours you used to give towards your learning, that interpersonal skills development and that presentations and workshops and those things.
I think both went hand in hand for us, because, like, in the evening part specifically, all the learning would happen, and before them, that like we had some of our sessions, like with our team, like there must be a team meet, or like what vacancies we need to focus. Then we would call the candidates. So pretty much how that like happened, like it was mixed. So we didn't felt that kind of pressure at night. Only we were like calling candidates, submitting the vacancies, helping out our
Mhm.
teammates who were new.
So, for how long you used to do the calling part, that recruitment and calling of the candidates? Is it
To
for 5 hours, 4 hours? How much
No,
it
no,
was?
no, no. It never was, because there are other things than calling, because we have to finalize the candidates and send them to the client. Client
Mhm.
coordination was there. Also, like our we had meetings with our seniors who'd like take interviews.
Mhm.
Those all were like also involved. Only calling was not there, and it was not like we have to call a bunch of people, like a lot of people we have to call. We have to call only people who are suitable for the job, because as like we had Urvin, so it was pretty clear. Like resume screening we can do, like 2 to 3 hours of calling is done, and we move to the next process. So it was not all about calling.
So what was your overall process? If you could describe it briefly, that how you started your day and what was the process, how you started the recruitment, basically the recruitment process which you did.
Yeah, sure. Basically, for example, like I used to focus on two vacancies a day. Okay, like two important vacancies. It could be both in sales, or sometime it would be one from sales or one from accounts. And I would like get instructions from ma'am, and I used to accordingly screen the resumes. We had already all the resumes in the ATS only. Most
Mhm.
of the times we never used to go and hunt for the resumes. It were like pre uploaded only.
Mhm.
And like a small time was involved in the screening, I'd say. I'm sorry. Then we would like I'd call the candidates. If I find them suitable, I would submit it
Mhm.
to the jobs. And after that, like if it's like approved by ma'am, then we can schedule the interviews with ma'am and see if she's free or not. If some other person is responsible for that vacancy, we would consult them and schedule the interviews. And also, like, we have to attend the demo callings or the Urvin callings. That was the basic thing. And in between, we
Mhm.
used to have Excel workshops, and also the presentation parts were also there. So basically, that was it.
Okay, so pretty much it was really pack of 8 hours was completely filled for you. A predefined schedule was there for you, that these many hours you have to do this and
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, what do you think that defining all your actions, all your works, that what you have to do in these 8 hours, specifically for these 2 hours, you used to do screening or do half an hour of this or 1 hour of this. So, making out a schedule for an intern or for a beginner who is coming to this internship, is it helpful or does it make a kind of I won't say pressure, but you can say a confusion to the mind of the newcomer that oh my 8 hours are completely invested into it. How I will be giving my 8 hours? मेरे पास सांस लेने के लिए भी जगह नहीं है 8 घंटों में. ऐसा कुछ कभी बनता है या फिर is it okay कि नहीं 8 hours मेरे पास है so I can plan out my other hours to my other personal stuff or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, like not all the 8 hours we will be involved in the process. We used to get times in between, like when we can, like have a few minutes for ourselves and have, like breaks were also there. Yeah, but the thing is that if there is some meeting, that is like compulsory to attend, because obviously they are for our benefit only. That they have to attend, and they can make their schedule around it. Like I can call in the certain morning part only. I'm not going to call my candidates in the evening part. They can decide by their own self. And
Mhm.
in the like evening, the candidates that I have called, I'm going to just schedule their interviews. If they are not selected, I'm going to see if there is another candidate. I can screen them, I can call them later. They can like form their schedule according to them. And it totally depends. Like if you do all the major part of things in the morning only, you get the time in the end to like have it for yourself, or you can like help any other person in any other vacancies. That is also a total option there. So there is like nothing to be pressurized about. Like if you are doing this internship, that's why I was saying like at least give 2 months, because then you will learn how to evolve and manage your time, and what how to properly utilize it. So
So,
that's
so this whole schedule thing kind of helped you a lot to manage your proceed ahead with your personal timing or towards your college or how much time you should give towards your study and all those things. That's great then. So overall, as you say that your whole internship was kind of smooth. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong do you recommend this?
I strongly recommend it 10 out of 10, because as like we like our generation is not learning that much from the college. I see, like I'm also getting my degree done, but what all things I'm learning, it's from my work experience actually. That's the main thing.
Mhm.
So they should involve themselves more into internships and getting work experience done, because at the end of the day, as a recruiter, I can say we look at their experience rather than what that person has studied. So I think getting into a Ananta would be really good, because they will actually learn things.
That's really nice to hear, Apoorva. So thank you, Apoorva, for your time. And on behalf of Ananta, I wish you a best of luck.